Hi, my dear students. Today we are going to learn about the 2D in Autocad. So this is the software module of the 2D module. This is the 2D module where you are going to learn about the 2D. So these are the different tools that you are going to use for the 2D. You have the drawing tools, modifying tools, and annotation tools, and also you will have the status bar. And in the status bar, you are going to fix up so what you need at a picky. So directly, so these are the things that you have. You can keep on like picky things on the status tool. So what you need. So next, you will have the command line where you can give the command. So 3 number of ways you can draw a design in the AutoCAD 2D or 3D. So first the thing is you will have the predefined tools that directly you can use and you can draw like this. Or otherwise, you can take, you can give in the command line. So which like L, enter. So that is the line. Next we will go for construct. So then you can specify the point like 25 and then that line will take according to that. Or otherwise, so you will have the dynamic input. So directly you can give the line L, enter, and you can specify the first point where it should be started and where it should be ended. So like this, 3 number of ways you can give or you can draw. So maximum, you can have the better utilization of the software when you use according to the type of application or the design you are going to make. So we can use both any two, or like directly you can select the line and you can click on this, okay, and you directly you can give the line length like 250 or like that, okay, and then it depends how you can use. So first, while coming to the 2D, first you need to take how the software should be started. So the software by default, it will be, predefined things will be there like, so first you need to give a step-by-step process, step-by-step instructions to the software so that it can take and it can make the things ready for you to graph. So like first of all, when you are drafting, so you need to give the units so that which units you are going to use. So as we all know, we have the metric system of measurements and the British system of measurements. So like you have the inches, next micro inches, next. So generally in British system of measurements, you have, it will be started from the leak to the furlongs to the chain, okay, so it will like that. And next you will have the metric system of measurements where you will have, it will be measured in terms of meters, kilometers, hectometers, decameters, decimeters, up to the millimeter. So by default, the software will be in inches, but according to our requirement, we can change it to millimeters. So which give your preferred insertion scale you want to use, so you can use it here. Okay, and here I'm using millimeters for my drawing, so that's why I'm using millimeters. And also, while you are taking the type of length, how you want to enter, so you can take here. So like you want architectural, the sample output will be like this. And next you want decimal, the sample output will be like this. And next if you want the fractional, or if you want the scientific, so the sample output will be like this. So this is the type of length that you want to give. Or I prefer decimal because generally whatever the designs now we are going to do, so that will be in decimals. The next angle. So in the angle, so you can give in terms of degrees per minute per second, or gradients or radians, survey units, which one you want, you can take, okay. So if you click on that, so it will be the sample output, it will show you, okay. And next radians, it will be the sample output, it will be in terms of radians, okay. And next survey units, it depends. So N, it will be the N, 5D, and so like that. These are units, it will change, okay. So I want decimal so that it will be shown in terms of distance. While So generally I can take the precision of 0 point up to 40. So generally you can prefer for the precision will be 0 also. It depends on the need that you are going for the design. So I may prefer 0 and precision also 0 and the angle also. Generally by default it is going to select in terms of anti-clockwise direction when you are drawing a line with certain angle, or if you want to measure any angle. So by default it will be going to take in terms of anti-clockwise direction, or if you prefer for the clockwise, so you can select that, but I am going to prefer for the anti-clockwise direction only. And also specifying the intensity of light, you can take American, generic, or international. So 3 type of lighting intensity will be there. So which one we want, we can select in there. So generally, I am going to prefer for the identical. So you can use the identical and next OK. So for the software, we had given the instruction that whatever the drawing I am going to draw, so it is in terms of millimeters. And okay, so the insertion scale is millimeters. And so then the type of length we have used, so that is the decimal, and the angle also it is a decimal. And now, after giving the insertion scale, so first we need to define the drawing area. So I need to define the drawing area, how much of drawing area I need. Okay, so first of all, I need to define. So generally, in the drafting, when you go for the conventional manual drafting, so you have the charts from A0 to A8 with its own dimensions. Okay, so A0 will have the dimensions to A8. So, but here I'm going to prefer for the ease of use. So generally, the drawing space you can define it by the limits. What do you need to define? So drawing space will be defined by limits. So like if you give the limits command, enter. So then in the maximum try to prefer entering into in the dynamic input, because it is not that much productive. So if you go for the using the command line or like that, okay. So maximum try to use the dynamic input. So it is very flexible for you to give the commands and to draw. So here you have the, first it will ask the lower left corner. So this will be the lower left corner, and this will be the upper right corner. So that means that the complete sheet will define the drawing space where lower left corner, obviously it will be the 0, tap 0, enter. So now you had given the lower left corner, and now you need to give the upper right corner. So upper right corner will be some 500, tap 500 I'm going to give. 500 tap 500 you may give, or you may give for 1000 by 1000 also you may give. So 1000 by 1000 I'm going to give now, enter. And next we need to give this so the agent specified portion I need to zoom. So that's why for exactly the drawing space that I need to draft, so I'm going to give the zoom red, enter and on. So this is the drawing space that I'm going to draft. So this here I'm going to draw. So now let us discuss about the different commands that you are going to use here. So we have the drawing tools and modifying tools and annotation tools. So drawing tools are the predefined tools that you are going to use to draft. So here you have the line, polyline, circle. So circle can be drawn in 6 number of ways. That is the center diameter, the radius, 2-point circle, 3-point circle, tan radius, tan. So generally this will be used according to its own application. And next, arc can be drawn in a total 11 number of ways. And then you have the rectangle and the polygon. And next you have the ellipse that will be drawn in 2 number of ways. And then also you have the elliptical arc if you want to draw. And next you have the hatching portion, that is the cutted portion that you want to represent. So that also you can go for. And next, so these are about the drawing tools. So as we all know about the line, okay, so it will create the straight line segments. Okay, so you can select the line and you can start up here. Or so in the dynamic input you can give L, enter. Or so in the command line you can give L, enter, L, enter. So generally you need to give L will be the line, enter. So it will specify the first point. So you need to have some mathematical calculation if you want to draw by using the command area. Okay, so it will be more better and more flexible when you use the dynamic input, and directly you can use the tool from the toolbar. Okay, so I'm going to press escape. Directly you can select the line, and here click on this, and next you can drag it. Okay, so now so here while you are drawing a line, so it is going to show the length. So how much of length of your line should be there, so that is there. So suppose I want to give the length of the line as some 120, and next it is going to ask the angle. So if you press tab, so it is going to pick up in the angle. So that is, I'm going to give it as 0 straight line I want. So 0, enter, press escape. So this is the line with a length of 120. So this is the line with a length of 120 and with an inclination of 0 with respect to the horizontal. So now we have drawn the line. So the main difference between, if you take, press F8 so that auto mode is on. So I had drawn. So there are two types of lines are there. One is the polyline and another one is line. You can go for. So this is a rectangle that I have drawn by using a line, and now I'm going to draw a rectangle, same rectangle. Okay, so the different dimensions, I'm going to draw another rectangle by using a polyline. We can take any polygon also we can draw. So now the main difference between a line and a polyline is, okay, so we should draw by using a line. Okay, so individual line or individual entity will get selected. Okay, so if you select a polyline, okay, so it will create a 2D polyline. Okay, so it will be connected in terms of a sequence of segments. All where if you select this, all segment will get selected. Okay, so here the individual lines will get selected. Okay, so that's the difference between the line and the polyline. So generally, if you want to create, so here, so this is a polyline. So this is a figure that we had drawn by using a polyline. This is a drawing we had drawn by using a line. Okay. So now we have a commands. Two commands are there. So which command is, it's a join. So if you use join, enter, and if you select this rectangle and press enter, so then what happens? It will get joined. Okay. So this will be the complete object that will be joined. And next, another command is there, explode. So if you want to explode this this drawing, okay, so individual lines I want to select, so then you will have the command that is explode, enter, and next you can select this object and press enter. So now you can observe, so individual entities will get selected, and the explode also will be applicable for any polyline objects. Okay, for the polyline also explode you can use. So you can use explode, and next you can select this form and press enter. So now you can check, so individual lines will get selected. Okay, so like this. And also the function of the join at the region also same. So if you give the region, enter, and if you select these two elements and press enter, so now you can check the complete entities is going to select. Okay, and then apply the region for this one also. Now you can check. So the function of the region and the join is the same. So now you can observe. So we have the two commands that if you want to convert that polygon to be selected individually lines, okay, so you have the extrude, and if you want to join, so you have the join and also the region. So now let us go through the circle. So circle can be drawn in 6 number of ways. So each one according to the type of application you can use the concerned circle. Suppose if you want to draw a circle with the center radius, you can select the center radius and you can give the radius. Like suppose I'm going to give it as some 50. So this is a circle that we have drawn by the radius of 50. And next, if you want to draw a diameter has been given to you, so then you can use the center and diameter. Okay. So here the object snap settings is not selected all. So first you need to go for the object snap settings. So make sure that once if you are going to draw, so you need to have checked with the object snap settings, so that in the object snap settings, it will snap or it will traces the endpoints, midpoint, center, geometric center, nodes, quadrants, and extension, insertion, and next perpendicular, tangent, nearest, next, all these things it will get placed. Okay, so that it will be easy for you. It will be more flexible for you to trace all these things. Okay, so it will make the drawing more productive and it will be easy for you to draw. So you need to go for clear, select all. So first, if you want to clear on, you can clear on, or you can select all. Okay, and next you can go for okay, and next now you can observe center will be shown to you. So if you select the center diameter, so here the center will be shown to you. So now you can draw the circle with, I'm going to draw the diameter of 145, 150. So you can draw the diameter circle with the diameter of 150. And next 2-point circle. So 2-point circle will be used to draw the circle between 2 points. Okay, so it depends on. So suppose I have drawn an arc. So I have drawn an arc. And next I want to draw a circle in between these 2 points. Okay, so where you didn't know the diameter of this one, you didn't know the distance between these 2 points. Okay, so you can opt for the 2-point circle. Okay, where you can select the 2 point, and next select 1 point and select another point. Okay, so circle is going to get created. And otherwise, okay, so we have any 2 points. So any 2 points will be there. So I need to draw a circle between these 2 points. You can go for the circle in natural 2-point circle. So like this you can draw. Okay, so it depends on how you are going to draw a circle. Okay, so suppose if I want to, if I had taken any arc, the length of this one. Okay, now these are the generalized cases that already will go to me. And now I had drawn an arc. I want to draw a circle in between these 2 points where I don't burn its radius or like that. At that time it will be very helpful and for you to draw a circle with the 2 points. Okay, and next another 3-point circle there. Okay, so 3-point circle where you are going to use the 3 points for this. So like, so if you have the 3 lines where it has been so if you can take another line so that you can have these 3 lines. I want to draw a circle along these 3 points. Okay, so you can check with this 3-point circle. So you can select which one, and you can select this end point, and also you can select this end point so that you can draw this. So like this you can draw a circle, and no, only don't think that you can only draw the circle with the 2 points or 3 points. Like that means you need to have only these type of lines. Okay, it depends on the type of drawing that you are going to use and the type of application you are going to use. Drawing application. Okay, so 3-point circle you can draw here also if you know the end point and the midpoint, and also you can use this or also. Okay, so when that you can draw this on that one. Okay, back. So we will refer the previous case.
Yes.
Now, uh, tangent radius. Suppose I want to draw a circle with a specified radius on the tangent of the object, okay, so that I can draw. So suppose I have two circles. Suppose I have two circles. So I want to draw a circle in between these two circles along the tangents of these two circles, okay. So we can use the radius, tangent radius. So you can select the tangent on this one circle and tangent on this another circle, and then I can do the radius as some 150, so circle will get generated. So like this, tangent radius, you can exactly that. Next, tan. So as already we had known on this, okay, so we have the unsymmetrical object like this. So I want to draw a circle along this where I can use the tangent. So this one is a tangent and this one is another tangent and this one is the another tangent, so that the circle will get created. And next, arcs can be drawn in total 10 number of ways. So one is the 3-point arc, start, center, and end, center, start, and end. Okay, so this will be somewhat similar. You can go through. So, but here is the start, center, and end. Here will be the center, start, and end. Start, center, and angle, center, start, and angle. Start, center, and length. Here will be the center, start, length. So now the starts, end, and angle, start, end, and direction, start, and radius. So these number of ways we can draw an arc. So first, we can use the 3-point arc. So generally it will create an arc by using a 3 points. Okay, so here you can check it here. So I want to create an arc with the 3 points so that I can create an arc by using a 3 point. Next, start, center, and end. So generally you are going to draw an arc by using the start, center, and end. Okay, suppose I have I'm going to draw for the reference as a straight line. Okay, so I've drawn a straight line. So where it is going to select the start, the center, and the end. That. So now I want to draw an arc. So with start, center, and so this will be the start, and this here with the center, and this will be the end. Okay, so like that I can draw an arc. Next, another arc is there, so which is the start, center, and angle. So I want to build this arc. And next, so start, center, and angle. So we need to draw an arc with this. We need to start and center, how much of angle that arc that we are going to draw. Suppose I'm going to do it as some 120. So this is arc that has been generated with start, and this will be the center, and the inclination between these lines will be the 120. So when you will take this line, okay, so they can join to the center. The inclination between the points that will join this point to this center, and also this one is 120 degrees. Okay, so we're going to define. So that is the start, center, and angle. And in the same way, if you want to draw an arc which is the start, center, and end, so you can use the start. This will be the start, and this will be the center, and the length. How much of length you want to give? Suppose I want to give 150. So this is arc that has been narrated with a length of 150 and start and center. And now start, center, and angle. Suppose I want to draw an arc with start, end, and angle. I think start, end, and angle. So this will be the start, and this will be the end. So and now how much of angle you want to draw? Suppose I want to give some 120 angle. So this is the arc that has been generated with a angle of 120, and it has been a start and end points. And next, start, end, and direction. So this will give, it will create an arc by using a start point and end point and the direction which you are going to create. Okay, so and it will give with respect to the start point. So you can check it here. So the reference diagram. Suppose I had drawn a line. I want to draw an arc. The start, end, and direction. So this will start, end, and which direction I want to draw an arc. So in this direction or in this direction I want an arc. So I can give that. Okay. And next, start, end, and radius. So this will be the start and this will be the end and how much of radius you want to give. So suppose I want to use some 200 mm radius. So but in the arcs that have been generated. So in general, if you have any notes regarding the drawing of these arcs, where the applications of these arcs will be used, how it will be used. Okay, so just the thing is, you can go for the respected tool, and next you can check it here. So it will show you how you are going to create and how you can draw that. Okay, so it is very easy for you. So and it is very clearly guided for you. So how these commands will be used and how you can go for. So start, center, and end, and the center, start, and end. Okay. So it is also in the previously what we had done. So by using the start, center, and end, here we are going to take the center, start, and end. Okay. So like same. Suppose a line is there. So I'm going to draw an arc with this start, with this center, start, find, end. So like that. You may go for. And next another one is there, so which is the starts, center, start, and end. So first I'm going to take the center, and this will be the start, and how much of angle you want to give. So suppose I'm going to give you some 90. So that is the arc that has been generated with 90. Okay. And now, so center, start, and length. So same thing, similar to that, center, start, and how much of length you want to give. So that you can clearly mention here. Suppose I'm going to give it as some 200, enter. So it is not visible because it has been drawn. So this is the arc that has been generated with the length of start. So generally it is a center, start, and length. So and next, if you go for continue, so whenever you had stopped that, the arc will get start from there. Okay. So now, so here you will have the rectangle. So you all know about how to draw a rectangle. Okay. So you can give its length and breadth. So specify the other point. Okay. So how much you want to do. So you can give there. So this is a rectangle that you may draw. So but in general, so the software is advanced more and more. You can use Autocad 2023. So where it is very and user friendly and it is very easy for you to draw. So polygon. So polygon, how many number of sides I want to select. Okay, suppose I want to draw the hexagon. So it will ask you, so you need to specify the center of the polygon. Okay, I'm going to take this as a center. And next, it will ask you for inscribe in the circle. So if inscribe in the circle, it is going to take the end point, center to end point, or edge. End point or the center to point of this one. So same thing if you select the polygon, and next the number of sides will be 6, and now if you take the center of the polygon, now circumscribed in the circle means, so it will take the midpoint of the edge. So generally you may consider it as okay. And now, so polygon completed. So like that you can draw a polygon. Okay, so inscribed in a circle and circumscribed in a circle. And now ellipse can be drawn by the center method. Okay, so you can specify the center. Okay, so you can draw an ellipse. And next, you can draw an ellipse by the axis and end. This will be the axis and this will be the end. So like that also you can draw an ellipse. And elliptical arc if you want to draw. So you can draw an elliptical arc. So like this you can draw an elliptical arc. So if you want to draw hatching, so cutted portions will be represented by sliced portions with cutted portions generally they will be represented by hatching pattern. So generally it will be used only for the enclosed area. So like this. So you have so many hatching profiles. So you may go through. So or it may call it as patterns. So different patterns you have. So you may go for different patterns. Like if you want ANS 131 or 132 or 133. Okay, so which one you want? You have the brass, brick, cork. Okay, so which one you want? You can easily select that type of hatching pattern. Okay, so if you select the ANS 132, so you select on this, you have the pattern. Then you can edit according. You have the customization options also. Like, so if you want to take the pattern or solid or gradient, so we'll use that define means that we may define some of the patterns. Okay, so my pattern you may select, and the Y layer. So which color you want, you can select that one also. And next, and also you can give the hatching transparency. And next angle. And next you can give the scale. So another option is also which is a hatch edit. So you have the hatch edit. So when you can go for how your profile should look like. This is the swatch. Okay. Type will be the predefined. If it is user defined, you can select this. If it is a customized one, okay, so you can select this. I am predefined. I'm using predefined. That is 132. Okay, so ANS 132. Which one you want? You can directly select on this one. So you can be for the hatching pattern. Okay. And next by color. So you want, and you can go for that and scale. So if you want to increase the scale or if you want to decrease the scale, that you can give. Okay, so suppose I'm going to give it as some 20 scale up on this case. So you can go for hatch edit, scale and what. But then take the two. Okay. And now if you want to see the hatching lines, so you can see here. So this is the hatching lines. If you reduce the scale or if you enlarge the scale, that differs the type of hatchet portion that you can use and with scale, everything. Okay. So this is about hatching. Now these are all of the drawing tools that we are going to use in this CAD. And now we are going for the modifying tools where you are going to use, it will be useful for you to go for the modifying whatever the define or the drawing entities. Okay. So you can check it here. So suppose I draw a circle. So I want to move the drawing from enter and from one place to another. So you can move that. Okay. And in the same way, we have the copy command. So we can select this one and enter, and you can copy with the specified center. So you can copy the element. And next, you have the rotate. Suppose I have drawn any polyar, or I am going to draw a rectangle. So I want to rotate this rectangle with second degrees. So that you can use the rotate command. Select this one, enter, and give the center. So how much you want to rotate. So generally you can take the F8. So how much you want to rotate. Suppose I want to rotate to 45 degrees for this is element that I'm going to rotate 45 degrees. Okay. And next you have mirror. Suppose I want to create a mirror of this element. Okay. So you can use the mirror command. So select this one, mirror, enter, and give the axis. Okay. So he will separate exactly the mirror that is going to appear. Okay. So, and also you have scale. So if you want to reduce the scale of this element, so that also is possible. So this point will be there, this one, based on this one. If you want to enlarge, suppose I want to decrease the scale by half. Okay, so like that we can decrease that element by half. And next, you have the trim command. Okay, so on the extend command. So apart from that, you have the stretch. So first let's go for trim command. So trim command will be here to remove the unnecessary portions. Enter. So the thing is you need to click double enter in this 2016 version. Okay, so in 2023 version directly it is going to take the trim command. So if you press single enter, so here you need to go for double enter so that then only trim option will be used. Okay, so suppose this is not going to get trimmed because it is not in it's a state of extend or it is not connected with any lines. Okay, so that's why for those you need to go for arrays. Okay, so the arrays option is there, so you can select this object and then press enter. So then that that line will get erased. Okay, so if you want to erase, so this is trimmed. So if it is not going to the trim, so you can go for erase. Enter percent. Okay, so this is all about trim. The next extend. Suppose if I had drawn a line, suppose I want to extend a line in between these two lines. Okay, so I may opt for the extend. So generally it will extend the object to meet the edges. Okay, so you can take this and you can take this. Within the knee, we can extend it. Suppose I am going to take this 9. This one. So the input core extend. So this line. Beat select. We can work for experiments. See, suppose I'm going to draw line up 120. One 50. Left it is 120. To the up between, I'm going to leave it as 100. So now you can observe. So I want to extend this line from this end point, okay? Which is exactly what you can work for. So you can chip it in, the extend this one and this point. And so like this again extend. Otherwise, you might go for extend this one also, H1, and this one. Because it's not happening here, because if you want to extend, then we need to select this two. So this is all about extend. Okay, so you have, if you want to draw, okay, so round and fillets, the edges of the objects, then you can use the fillet. Okay, roughing your fillet is a next jumper. So if you want to get the bevel edges, then you can use the jumper. Suppose I've drawn a line, or I have drawn a polygon rectangle. So I want to draw. So I want to take the radius. I'm going to use the radius as some 50. I want to get the current circles around the cylinder. Now you can observe it. And in the same way, you can use to fillet celebration lines. So before that, suppose I want to take the fillet, and next I want to change the radius. So for 200 meter, and we can go for selecting these two. Now even as it is seen visible for the paper, the tone purpose. So that is a fillet. The chamfer. So chamfer will be the bevel edge circles that you are going to draw. So for the chamfer, so you have the two methods. One is the distance method and another one is the angle method. Okay, suppose if you want to draw the chamfer by the distance method, so it will ask you the first chamfer. Suppose I'm going to give you the first chamfer as from 300, enter, and next it will ask the second chamfer. So I'm going to give it as some 500, enter. So then, so you need to select which one will be the first chamfer. So here I'm going to select this as the first line and this as the second line. That means from head to head it is taking 200, from head to head it is taking 500. So like that it is what you can perform. We can form the bevel edges. Okay, so this is all about the chamfer and blend curves. So blend curves, suppose I want to join with blend curves, like suppose two lines are there. I want to join these two with a curve. Okay, so then maybe you can further blend curves. So you can select these two something like this. You can use the blend curves for that to join. So this is all about the blend curves. And next you have the arrays. So arrays will be used for copying the objects or repeating over the objects, like that was a rectangular array. So rectangular array will be usually distribute the object copies in terms of rows and columns, like you can see. Suppose that I'm going to draw a circle. I'm going to draw a circle with certain radius of the diameter. And next, I want to distribute these copies of this circle in terms of rows and columns. I can use a rectangular array. So you can select the rectangular array, then you need to select the object, enter, and then it will show you. Well, now it has been in terms of 4 columns and 3 rows. So it has 4 columns and 3 rows. If you want to increase that, you can go for. So suppose I'm going to give it as 10 columns and some 10 columns and 5 rows. So that we can go for. So this is the circle that has been created. Now we had used the polar array for this. Now in the same way, path array. Suppose we have a path. So like suppose I have an arc. So I have a circle on this element on this path. So I want to distribute the copy of this object along this. So I can do that by using the path array. Path array. Select this object, enter, and select the path. So now I can go back. Okay. Now in the same way, polar array, and it is the most important and the command that you are going to use every drawing here. So polar array. Suppose if you want to distribute the copies in a circular pattern around the center point, you can use a polar array. Suppose I have drawn a circle in the center diameter. Okay, and now I had a circle. So on this circuit. I want to distribute this object along this circular pattern and then with a center point. Then you can use the polar array. You can use the polar array, enter this one, select this object, enter, and then you need to select the center. Okay, so by default, it will be the number of items will be 6 and the number of rows will be 1. So if you want to increase that number of items, you can increase that. Okay, so sort of if you want to increase up to 12, so you can increase up to 12. Okay, it depends on the type of command that you are going to use. So this is all about the 3 type of arrays. One is the rectangular array, that the distribution of the copied objects in rows and columns, and path array. In the path array, it will distribute the copies along this path. And next in the polar array, it will circulate along the circular pattern and with the center point. But this is all about array. And next, you have the arrays as we discussed earlier. Okay, so you can erase the object completely. Suppose if I have drawn a rectangle, suppose if I had drawn any polygon, type any polygon, number of sides will be 6. Now I'm going to turn this. Okay, suppose I think you know about trim as we discussed earlier. So trim is the command that you may use. Okay, so trim will be used to trim the unnecessary portion. Okay. So in a particular portion you can trim. So but erase is the option that you may directly erase the whole object. And so like that. Okay. And now explode, as we had already discussed about this, and the offset. Offset is one of the important commands that we are going to use to create concentric circles, parallel lines, and parallel curves. So suppose I have a radius of 2001 cutting. Next, another circle I need to draw. Okay, so simply you can use the offset command and you can select the center. So it will ask you the offset distance within the offset. Again, I'm taking another one. Okay, so here units. Units. You don't have needed. Find the depth, find Z depth, fine. So here I had drawn a circle, center diameter. I had drawn a circle with a diameter of 700. I want to draw a circle, so with the offset distance of some 50, so that it can be possible. So at that time, directly you can select with offset. It will ask you the offset distance. Suppose I want to draw another circle at a distance of 50. Then directly you can select the circle. So the distance can be drawn with the distance of 50 from here to here. With the distance of 15, option safety has been created. Not only this, so suppose if you want to draw this line, parallel line, so it is a distance, that also you can do that. Like, you can use the offset. It will ask you the distance. I'm going to give some 25, enter. And next you can select this one and you can drag. And you can drag to the left. So like that we can do. And not only this, so curves also you can do that. This is all about offset. Annotation. So annotation is all okay, so it is a dimension. Okay, so how the dimensioning will be represented? You have the linear dimension. To create the linear dimension, align dimension, it will create the align, and angular dimension it will be, and this is the arc dimension. It will give the arc length. And next radius, so it will give the radius. Diameter, so it will represent the diameter. Okay, so ordinate, so generally it will create the ordinate dimension. And next, you can check it here. So ordinate, how you are going to be. So like this, you can check it here. So it will ordinate the dimension measure, the horizontal or vertical distance from an origin point. Okay, so count the data model to your future. So generally, if you want to be in terms of holding a part. And next, this dimension will prevent the accelerating errors. Okay, so generally, we will discuss it further and move further plans for that. So job dimension. So if you want to view job dimension, you can make. Okay. So here, if you want to add any text, you can go for. So single text you want to view. It will display the text on a screen as it enter. And multi-line text also. It will create several paragraphs of text in assembly. So this is all dimensioning. Okay. So suppose if I had drawn a rectangle. So you can check it out. So suppose I want to be the linear dimension for this. So a rectangle with the holes on this. So I am going to use the mirror for this. Okay, so here I want to give the dimensioning for this element. So I can use the dimension linear. So first I need to represent the linear dimension for this. With this edge to this edge. Whatever dimension. So now the dimension is not linear because the scale of the dimension has been changed. So for that you need to use the command D. So D with the dim style, enter. So enter, modify, you can go to. And next you need to increase the scale. Okay, so symbols and arrows, so you need to increase the scale for. Suppose you can may go for some pi. And next for the text also you may go for some pi. By default it will be in inches. Okay, so at the time it will be enough for that. But now we have changed for the millimeters. Now we need to change for the scale. Okay. And next primary units also you can go for rounding up for the precision 0. Okay, and then set current and next close. So now you can check it here. So dimensions are visibility. Okay. So and now in the same way, suppose I want to represent the aligned dimension. Okay. So suppose if I had taken any chamfer, I had applied chamfer on the segment. Okay. Chamfer. So distance vector and use. So lights are 50, enter, and again 50, enter. So I have to select these two, 50 to 50. Okay, and extensively I'm going to apply the fillet also. Fillet, and radius is 20 for hot. So this is the radius with 25. I think it's fillet radius. You can take some 10 on order 10 because before varying the dimension if it's like waiting in this does it have taken that one. So now you can apply the fillet. So that is radius is some 25. Okay. The next okay, fine. So now linear dimension. So here you can give the linear dimension for this 126. And next you need to give the linear dimension for this center also. So you need to give from this one to this one. And next from this point to this line, it is to the distance of 40 and 46. And in the same way, how much of length should be there for this? Okay, so you can go for the align dimension. If you want to represent only the align dimension, you can go for. If you want to drag the true length of this one, okay, so you may go for the align dimension. Okay, and next, if you want to represent the circle with the diameter, so you can represent the diameter of the circle, so 21. Okay, and next, if you want to represent the arc which has been given earlier. Okay, so you can represent it as R20. So like that, you can use the dimensioning, or other one is called the annotation. And so here, this is all about the minimum basics that you need to know in order to draft. So suppose if you don't know how to use the command, okay, so you can simply place 1 to 2 seconds. It will show you how the command will work and what is use of the command, okay. And next, another thing is, this is all, and insert. Suppose if you want to edit the attributes, okay, so you can go for, and next, if you want to create a block, so you can create a block. And next, if you want to create a defined attributes, okay, so for storing data in a block, you can go for, and next, if you want to manage the attributes, you can go for that. And next, annotate, as we had discussed earlier, so it is a complete dimension encoder. If you want to represent in terms of multi-leader object, okay, so you can go for that. And next, so this is all about the dimensioning, okay. And next, you have the parametric. So this will be used in order to go for, if you want to, this linear will construct the horizontal vertical distance between 2 points as already discussed, okay. So if you want to, it will construct the 2 lines, so polyline segment to maintain. Okay, so this is the concentric circles, auto constraint. So this, the next V. So view means here, you are going to view this drawing space. So what are those? You have the UCS icon. So this is the UCS icon for you. So where you are going to draw. When you will be the reference volume for the X and Y axis. And next view view. So this is the view cube. Okay, and next you will have the navigation bar. If you select that one, navigation bar will out. So this is the navigation bar. Okay, so if you want to take a mouse in terms of a plane after the screen, okay, so if you select those, you can drag it directly. Okay, so this will be the hand pick you where you keep, okay, so it will make you the drawing more easy and you can do much productive drawing. Okay, so on viewport configuration, if you want to have the single port, you can go for 2 vertical ports. It can be divided into 2 vertical ports. If you want 2 horizontal ports, we have the 2 horizontal ports, 3 right ports. On the right side, you will have this port, and next on the left side. So when you want to edit and where you want to create, you can go for that. So this is about the viewport configuration. Okay, so 3 left you want. So left side you are going to have the measure, and next this is the 2 ports. Okay, so complete will be the 3. And in the same way, you have the 3 above, and next 3 below, and next 3 vertical. So this is 3 vertical and 3 horizontal, and next 4 equal. So portions of the 4 equal, okay. And next you have the 4 right, 4 the left. Okay, so this is in viewport, but in general we are going to use the summary. Okay, so the tool palettes are, I think they know about the tool palettes. So tool palettes, you can go for the tool palettes where you have the modeling commands like with 3D you have, so like these are the modeling commands, the cylindrical helix you want to create. If you want to create the 2D spiral, if you want to create elliptical cylinder, first